Hello everyone and welcome to another general vlog video. Please excuse the lights above me. I'm working on the tiny house and there's only so many places I can put a camera and there's lights in here everywhere. That being said, today, as you can see, I got a new cabinet. Yeah, everything's backwards in here. Right there. It's going to go above the stove. It'll have a exhaust fan below it. That really excites me. My dad is in the middle of redoing his house. And I know I get a lot of questions on my dad, how's he doing since my stepmother passed away, and, how's his health, and blah, 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 blah. Well, he's 76, 77 years old, or maybe 78, I don't know, but he's somewhere thereabouts, and by himself, he's in there moving furniture and painting and putting trim up on the ceiling and making grids on the ceiling, and he's doing all this by himself. So I would say he's doing really good. That being said, he's redone both front bedrooms, the kitchen, and the back room, which we really don't know what that room is. It's just a room. And now he's moved on to the bathroom. Well, these cabinets were above his washer and dryer, and he decided he no longer needs them because he has another closet that he can keep stuff in. So he said I could have them if I wanted. That just so happened to be a 30-inch cabinet, and I'm going to put in a 30-inch stove. Now I have this other small one over here, which you guys can't see because it's covered in tools. I don't have room for it right yet, but who's to say during the end that I won't have? I really hate those lights up there. I'll try to block this one. There we go. But anyways, so earlier today, I just kind of threw it up there. As you can see, it's gapped at the top and side. I could get all that up there the way that it goes temporarily and make sure that my base unit is where it goes and everything. Make sure this side one over here is where it goes. Get all of them exactly where they go. And then I'm going to measure for this window, get my exact center, and start working in there and try to frame it out. I'm not going to cut the outside plywood or T111, whatever you want to call it, because it's dark out. As you can see, it's completely pitch dark out, and I can't see what I'm doing out there. But I can go ahead and frame it up from the inside. Then tomorrow I can, cut the plywood off and get it all sealed up and some more screws put in it and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So anyways, we're here to work. So I'm going to pause this and get a little bit done, and then I'll bring you guys back and we'll put a window in. How's that sound? Sounds fun to me. Believe it or not, it really does. All right, so I thought I'd show you a little bit of the action. So basically what we got here is this board here has to come out, because there's the center of my window. We need to make our header, our jack plates and everything. So anyways, noise alert. Alright, I think I want to take some cabinets and stuff down. I can't get my saw in there straight. So I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so I got my stud cut out back here. As you can see a little piece of 2x4 laying on top of it. Measure, measure, measure. Alright, so now we're going to build a header. So basically, what I did was I took the length of my window and I added 3 inches to it. And that is going to be my header, because once my header goes in, there'll be another board coming down like this. So I'll show you here in just a second. So let me show you the correct way to build a header. You need 2 pieces of 2x4 and a piece of 7/16 OSB for the center. And I'll explain to the reason. The Pepsi is optional, but I'm glad it's here. That was very rude of me, wasn't it? Here, you guys want some? Don't drink it all, please. Okay, so basically you want to lay everything out. You want to sandwich your 2 2x4s like this. Put your OSB sandwiched in between. Get them all nice and square. If I had my square in here, my little speed square, I could do it a whole lot easier. But I don't. So, and then you're going to put a screw in. And I'm using 3-inch screws here, deck screws. I like the deck screws better than I do the drywall screws, because drywall screws are prone to rust, where the deck screws aren't quite so prone. And don't go straight all the way across. You know, get yourself a bite and go a zigzag pattern, which I'll show you here in just 1 second. Make sure this thing is perfectly straight. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second with that. And 4 will be just fine. And with my pencil here, I'll show you, you know, you're going to go down and then back up. And then down and back up. And that prevents any warpage. And then I'll do the same thing over here. But I'll start up here because my other screw's down here. So I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll start up here. I try to stay away from the ends a little bit, because you may have to put a screw in the end, and you don't want to hit a screw with a screw. It's a lot of screwing for a family channel. All right. So now that that's done, and that's made, so basically what I want to do is I want to mark my center. Excuse me, guys. Let me get over here and get my tape measure. So now what you want to do is figure out your center mark. So, let's see, it's going to be 3/8. So 15, 17 and 3/8. So now you can kind of second guess yourself by going this way and mark it 17 and 3/8. So there's your center mark. Now once you've got your center mark, if you guys will follow me over to here, I've already got my center mark on my board over here. And I know what I'm doing isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. It's kind of like overkill, because there is a board here and 2 boards here. But I wanted to drop it down anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily, and I wish I'd have seen that. I'd have just gone ahead and went on over with that. And that's a shame too. Wish I'd have paid attention. But it'll still work the best that it can. Anyways, now that that's there, I'm going to take a screw and temporarily screw up through that. And let me show you what I mean on that. I'm just going to kind of toenail, staying away from the center. That way I know that, now I can explain to you what I'm doing. So now let me go get this piece of scrap 2x4. And there should be king studs and stuff that I'm not really dealing with right now because it is a shed to house. It is small. It's a very small window. And this is sufficient enough. Now I will take this. I should run it over there, but I won't. I'll actually bring it out to here. I'll put that in. And then I'll do another one on this side all the way to the floor. This is what's going to hold your weight of cutting this opening out. It's not going to be a very big opening. This might be a little overkill. So let me get those in and you'll be able to see what I'm doing there. And then we'll just kind of go from there. All right, and as you can see, you know, there are king studs that you can use on bigger windows. I don't need all that. I'm up against all of this. I did fill this gap with 7/16 OSB so I could bring it over a little bit. So it's basically now we just take this basically window seal ledge and it's already pre-cut. Get it in there. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a booger because nothing in here is straight and nothing in here is square. So I'm going to have to force it a little bit to get it in there. But let's try it. I just put these down here to give me something to screw to down through. That's a little close to the edge. Ooh, that was a lot of pushing. Oops. My bit's about wore out. Not that that's any excuse, but I keep slipping off the end. And these are the good Torx heads too. So I really have no excuse other than it's just happening. So we'll put 2 in each one. And there I did it again. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end up smashing my finger if I'm not careful what I'm doing, right? So nothing in this building, and these are supposed to be Amish built buildings, supposed to be the best you can buy. Nothing's square, nothing's right. You can see I went up to these that were already in there, and it's tilted over about maybe a 1/16 of an inch, which is not going to matter. It's just you expect better quality, right? From them. And I'm just trying to fudge with what they got, make it look the best I can. So here's the window. So now I'll come in here. I'll kind of pre-fit it. I left myself a little bit of wiggle room to be able to put shims in. And there's what it'll look like when it's all done. Now, the reason I left myself a little bit of wiggle room, if you'll look right up here, let me get something to point with, you'll see a gap. See how I can stick the pencil in there, but yet I can't down here? Now, you would think that that was my fault, but it's not. It's this right here has been pushed so much about right in here, well, actually about right here, it's bowed really bad going up. And I tried to draw it down and it wasn't doing it. I mean, it wouldn't do it. So I allowed myself to, if you look in here now, the way that is set, I know this ain't the way you level a window, but if I go on the trim right here, it is perfectly level. Now, if I take that window out of there, this is how you gotta coincide for things. If I take that window out, and I put my level right here on my new sill plate, it's perfectly level. But if I go up to this one, it's in the bubbles, but it needs to drop down. This end needs to drop down about 1/16 of an inch, which means this end needs to go up. But this is level, so my window will be level, and you'll never notice it. So now what I want to do is take my drill bit, which is, I guess I can just use this larger one. I'll run it in there to make it as long as I possibly can. I need it to be over 3.5 inches long. I will come right into the corners, and I will drill all the way through. On all 4 corners. Now what that does is that gives me, I can go out on the outside with my level tomorrow when it's daylight, mark those perfectly square, and cut them out with a jigsaw, sawzall, whatever I choose to use. I normally try to use a jigsaw, but it all depends. I mean, I could do it from in here right now, but there's no point in it. I think tomorrow I'll just wait, and we'll do that tomorrow once it's daylight. But yeah, I mean, if you take my window now, and you put it in there, oh, that's upside down, isn't it? Of course, it'll go all the way to the outside, just like that. And I'll have a little bit of a ledge in here. That'll be finished off, you know. I'll use a nice, I'm not going to say oak or anything, but I'll use a nice pine board, and I'll probably have a little bit of a ledge here, so you can put a flower pot there, or, you know, little basils, and just, you know, little stuff like that. Come on, people, what am I trying to say? Basil, oregano, spices. You can grow up like a little spice window right there. So it'll be really nice. So tomorrow I'll bring my shims. We'll get this all shimmed up, and we'll get the outside of it done. Like I said, these were just to screw down to. My general rule is a 12 foot, but these ended up being, or 12 inch. These ended up being 13 inch. There are other ways where you can have your king studs and everything, and come in, yeah, it's just, that is way overkill for that little 2-pound window at the most. Even though I know it's not the weight that matters, it's that cutting that opening out. But we have plenty of support up underneath. We still stuck with fairly close to our 32-inch centers. All right, 32-inch centers. Jeez, boy, I can't think tonight. 24-inch center. These are all going to have to be fudged a little bit, you know, with when I'm putting in insulation. But this will still allow me enough to run a nice little trim around the outside. You know, of course, I'll finish the inside. I'll put a nice little trim around the outside and put a larger ledge here, you know, a little rounded off on the end or something. Probably build a valance box up here to hide a light. And then we'll have one light out in the center. And then, of course, the range will have a light over the hood. So, I mean, we're going to be hooked up really nice on this. So that's what it is. And next is just cutting out the outside and finish installing it. Of course, we're not going to do that tonight because it's dark. So, and then we'll also do that one over there at the same time. That one's going to be a little bit different because I don't want to lose the height of the window. So I'm not going to be building a header up here because I'm just going to use this doubled up here as a header. We're talking about a very small window. It's not going to hurt anything. I mean, that's like a 17 by 23 window. It's not going to hurt a thing for that to be, it wouldn't hurt a thing over there. It's just, I did want to drop that down a little bit Because yes, I mean, I know I'm a little, let me get you back over here on the program where you can see. I'm a little bit taller, but you know, now my eye level is about right here. But by dropping it that 3.5 inch, it also gives people a little bit shorter than me to have an option to be able to look out the window too. I mean, doing dishes and you're down here wouldn't be much fun. So you see what I'm saying. All right. If you guys like this video, and we are actually finally getting something done, let me turn you guys over to here where maybe the light is killing you. Yeah, well, that's not working too good. We got heaters in here. We got everything in here, so it's hard to position this. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also comment down below. And go ahead and subscribe. And when you do, smash that bell icon. Go all the way up to the top. Click all so you'll be notified every video that we make. And share us on your social media platforms. Your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. Speaking of Facebook, follow us on Facebook. General Vlog Video on Facebook. Follow along. I put a few little things in there that I don't add on my videos for YouTube, so you'll kind of be above and beyond everybody else as far as what's going on. And it's free. It doesn't cost a dime. It's not like a magazine subscription. You just subscribe to us. Don't cost you a dime. But speaking of not costing a dime, also, if you guys want to help YouTubers out, the biggest thing that you can do is watch until the end, give us a thumbs up, and watch the ads. Not just mine, but everybody's ads. Any YouTuber that you watch their ads. It really helps our channel grow. And that's what we strive for, is more people to view us that we can teach or show. In my case, I'm not really teaching you anything. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And you guys can follow along with the journey. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and an awesome night. And I may have got the kitchen window mostly in, but I'm still my own camera guy, so you know what that means. I gotta get up close and personal and poke you guys in the ear and turn this thing off. We'll see you on the next video. Hope you have a super great night.